Hi, I'm Scott Lucas with Lucas Financial Services and Wisdom Tax Group, and today is Wisdom Wednesday. So last week I did the video regarding Jim Tressel and his focus on fundamentals, and I had some feedback or some questions say, well, what kind of fundamentals are you referring to, and specifically as it relates to saving, investing, and growing your wealth. So a quick overview of some of the things that were published from Jim Tressel's fundamentals was accountability. He focused on hard work and discipline. Discipline is very important in, both in the, in the sports world and in the investing world. Focusing on the process is another thing that's really important that he preached. And he talked about, concentrating on, day-to-day improvements, focus on the process. Don't focus on the outcome. As long as you focus on the process, then the outcome will most likely be, what you're, it's trying to achieve. He also talked about leadership. He talked about resilience and, recognizing the importance of resilience in the face of challenges. So you're always going to have challenges and setbacks. And, you can learn from those mistakes. And the same thing applies in the investing world. And also embracing challenges. So facing adversity, gives the opportunity to demonstrate character and resilience. And, anytime there's challenges, it actually gives you the opportunity for the best growth. But more specifically on some fundamentals on the wealth management side and growing your net worth and creating financial independence. But number one on that list has to be living below your means. People that live above their means, generally have the most stressful lives. Sometimes they're people just trying to impress other people, and that that can certainly be a heavy burden. And living below your means, I would say, is one of the number one characteristics, as simple as that sounds. Number two is managing cash flow. So money flows to us through generally either employment, inheritance, could be winning the lottery, but there's different ways that money comes to us. But it's what we do with the money after we receive it that really determines, our financial independence. We've all heard those stories about the person that wins the lottery, and years later they blew all the money, and they're in worse financial situation than before they won the lottery. Or sports players, NFL players that sign these huge, massive contracts, and then they live this wild, crazy lifestyle. They don't manage their cash flow, and they end up, in financial hardship. So we see that, all the time. So what you do with the money after you earn it is absolutely critical, and you got to focus on that. So invest first and then spend second, as opposed to spend first and invest last, right? Managing risk. So people that try to avoid risk altogether, risk is how we actually make money. So Elon Musk, wealthiest person on the planet at some point in time, has also been the person that's lost the most money in history. And so taking, and that's a little bit of an extreme example, but the only way to really make money or grow money is to take risk, and you can manage risk instead of trying to avoid it. But people that try to avoid risk altogether generally get the worst results. Also focusing on the process. So kind of similar to what Jim Tressel had at for example, one of the things that we do is first we focus on a person's risk tolerance, and we don't say a person's conservative or aggressive or moderate. We have a process that we go through, and we determine on a scale of 1 to 100 where that person falls on the risk tolerance. So that's the first step. Second, we determine what their objectives are: short-term, intermediate, and long-term. So those are time horizon is also a very important thing as far as your financial resources. And then we have a screening process for the investing, and then a monitoring process to make sure that the money managers that we're using and the strategies are giving you top tier performance. So we stick to that process over time. And I assure you, if you invest on emotion or how you feel, or if you get bad news on the or you see some bad news and you react based on emotion, you are going to get terrible results. That's just not the way to manage your money. So having good behavior during down markets is is very important. And lastly, I would say would be to leverage expertise. Try to do it yourself can really backfire. Spend time, find the right attorney to draft the documents and things like that you need to have in order to protect yourself. and transfer assets effectively. Have a tax expert. I know it's popular to do some of it on your own. There are a few cases where it's fine to do it on your own, but with the amount of money that you pay in taxes and things like that, why not pay an expert? It's not something that's going to break your bank, but find somebody that's qualified, work with them, leverage their knowledge and all of their expertise. Same thing on the wealth management side. A lot of times people try to do it yourself. And try to imagine this. Imagine, let's say, you feel like you're a pretty good driver, got a Porsche or a Corvette or something like that, and you're going to go race an IndyCar driver. It's not even close. You're not going to be able to match that expert, that pro that does it all the time on the track. Or if you're a golfer, there's no way that you're going to beat the person that's even a very mediocre person on the pro tour, somebody that's got an expert in the caddies and the top equipment and things like that. You're not going to be able to outperform them. And so I'm a boater. I've been a boater for 30 some years, but I can't take my boat and cross the Atlantic with the same degree of safety and expertise that a captain that's done it many times. So leverage expertise. I can't emphasize that enough. And the key is finding the right people. If you don't find the right people, the right experts, the right attorney, the right CPA, the right financial advisor, then you can have problems. But leverage expertise. It's the last one I thought I'd share with you today. So anyway, hopefully you found this useful. This message was a little longer, but anyway, I hope it was helpful, and have a great day. Thank you.